Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. So if you've seen us in the past, you will know by now that if I'm in the kitchen with a camera, it's normally the start of a pre-travel day. And for those that don't know me and have never watched us before, we always start our new travel series with me in the kitchen on my own, just telling you a little bit about what we're doing, where we're going and why we're going and what we've got planned, just so you've got like a heads up of what's going on, just in case we don't have time to explain it to you when we're on the trip itself. So apologies at first that I'm still in my work uniform. I've just done a 12-hour shift, driven home, which takes an hour. I had to drive to work this morning as well, which is another hour, so I've done a 14-hour day basically. Just got in and then I've actually literally just picked up the camera and I thought I'll get this over and done with now, so then I can chill for the rest of the evening, because where we're going we leave tomorrow, so we've got a lot of stuff to sort out. Jess is out currently in the bedroom just sorting out a few documents, making sure we've got all our currency, making sure that everything's all printed out that we need it printed out, and then she's going to jump in the shower. And then once I've filmed doing this, I'm going to maybe put my dinner in, or maybe order a takeaway, and then I'm going to jump in the shower, and then we're going to have a chilled night. It's currently coming up to 6:45, so it's not too bad. We should be done by about 8, half 8. But yes, so today is currently the 22nd of December and it's a Friday. So Jessica and I are returning back to America. We are going to volunteer with the organisation, the League for People with Disabilities, and we are going to volunteer our services at Camp Letts in Edgewater in Maryland, not far from, say, Washington, Baltimore area. It's a little bit a drive away, maybe 45-minute drive away from those two destinations. We went last year, so if you are a follower of our journey, of our channel and on Instagram, you probably would have seen us go last year. If you're new, then Jessica and I first met in summer 2012, where we went to Camp America and worked a camp called Camp Greentop, and that's where we first met. And that's obviously how we got together. We looked after children and adults with special needs, disabilities. They could have been in a car crash and now they are paralysed. They could have autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, anything that obviously makes them qualified to have a special need. Me and Jess looked after at a Camp America sort of thing, and then that's where we met. And then we went back, over the last couple of years we've gone back every now and again to do a winter camp, which is a volunteer experience where you go for a week. It runs normally from about the 27th of December to, say, the 2nd of January. And camp pay for us to go over there and we volunteer, but as a thank you they pay for our flights to America. So that's, if you're new, that's what we just normally do. We went, like I said, we met in the summer 2012. And then we didn't go for a few years. We went back a couple of times for winter camp in 2018, and then we went to work at the summer in 2022 just for a couple of weeks to help out, because they was just obviously hit by COVID, and it was just obviously camp was cancelled. So for the last few years beforehand, so we went back in 2022 because we was sort of had an experience, and we just went back to help them out because I was really desperate for staff. And then in 2023 we went back to winter camp. We have got a vlog of that. I'll get Jess to link it down somewhere below. And now we're going back this year. Camp's a little bit different this year. So normally it runs from about the 27th of December, we fly out, and then the camp normally starts on the 28th and it ends on about the 2nd, I believe, of January. Today, or this time, we're going out on the 28th. Camp starts on the 29th. And it runs until the 3rd of January. So as I said, Jess and I will be working there or volunteering there. We'll be looking after them, taking them to activities, just looking after them basically for a few days there, which we really enjoy. But if you've been following our journey ever since we started, or you know who we are, then obviously there is another vlog that we done last year, so I'm sure you can check that out. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're really looking forward to it. Once we've left on the 3rd of January, we're then staying over in Baltimore for one night by the airport, and then on the 4th of January we're flying down to Florida. Now Camp don't pay for that flight, so what Camp do, they pay for our flights from the UK to America to get to Camp, and then they allow us to fly back from anywhere in America back to the UK, and they'll cover the cost for that. That's sort of our payment for giving up our time to, you know, volunteer. So we told the well, I guess effectively our boss in America that we'd like to fly back from Florida, so he said not a problem. So we're flying back from Florida, but then we had a problem with how we're going to get to Florida. So Jess and I booked a flight to Florida. We're flying with a new airline that we've never heard of before called Frontier. We've done a little bit of research. A lot of people said they're really good. There's a few comments saying they're not the greatest, but we only booked them purely because the seats, the price of the flights itself. I think Jess and I paid like £71 one way to Florida, and then with taxis and our suitcase, I think it came to just under $200, which I thought was pretty good, to be honest. So yeah, so camp finishes on the 3rd. We're staying over in Baltimore on the 3rd. Early in the morning of the 4th, we are flying down to Florida, and we've got a lot of really exciting stuff. I mean, we're there for about 6 nights, and every single day we've got jam-packed full of stuff. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail of what we're doing, because one, I want to save that for later. Two, I'm not 100% sure of everything, because Jess is the one that sorts all that out, and now she has worked really hard this the last couple of months really to get everything all in play, so we can have a really good time when we're in Florida. There's a lot of gifted things, a lot of things we're working with. I'm not going to go, like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm going to let Jess do that, because she's really proud of herself, and I'm really proud of her for what she's done. Anyway, she's managed to get a whole lot of fun activities for us, so I'll let her sit down maybe when we're in Florida one day or whenever and just tell you all about that. When we do get at camp, we're probably not going to film that much. We're not going to be filming on this camera anyway, because this is an expensive camera, and obviously we're going to be working with children as well, and things could get broken, knocked off the table, or, you know, smashed or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to film the airport and the flight and get into camp, and then we're going to put the camera away and use Jessica's phone. There's not going to be too much filming, I must admit. It's probably just going to be our morning, show you what we're having for lunch and breakfast and dinner, the meals, and maybe a little bit of all the activities that we're doing. Now this year it's Disney themed, so all the activities that we're doing, all the arts and crafts, all the sports that we're playing or doing with the campers, that's what we call them, is all Disney themed. Everything is Disney themed, so we'll show you a bit of that, and then maybe in the evenings when everyone's gone to bed, me and Jess will find somewhere quiet and just let you know how we got on with the day and what we've done and stuff like that. So hopefully we're going to try and get the whole 5 days of camp in one vlog, or we might have to split up into 2. Once we've left camp, we'll put the camera phone away, and then we'll get out the normal camera that I'm filming on now, and we'll start the vlogs, you know, daily, and show you what we get up to in Florida. Now, I've said that I'm going to we're not going to America until the 28th, and now I'm filming on the 22nd, so you might be wondering why am I filming 6 days in advance. Now normally when Jess and I ever do a pre-travel day, it's always the night before we go, or maybe 1 or 2 days before we go if we're busy. Today is going to be no different. I'm filming about 4 or 5 days, what's it now? I'm filming 6 days earlier than planned. That is because we are going to Jessica's mum's tomorrow on the 23rd. We're getting up at silly o'clock, getting a train up to the Wirral, Merseyside, and we're spending about 4 or 5 days at Jessica's mum's for Christmas and all her family, which I've not been up there for, I think, since COVID. I think the last time I was celebrate Christmas with Jessica's family was probably 2018. And then obviously we couldn't go anywhere in 19 or 20, so I'm really looking forward to that. It means I've got no cooking to do here, which is brilliant. Looking forward to seeing all the family, looking forward to having all the Christmas treats, so I'm really looking forward to that. And then on the morning of the 28th, Jessica's mum's going to drive us to Manchester Airport, and then we're going to get the I think we're flying with Aer Lingus, I can't remember. I think it's Aer Lingus, and we leave Manchester Airport, we fly to Dublin, where we can go for immigration. We done that last year, we really enjoyed it actually. It was quite nice to do all the immigration checks and that before we get into America, so you haven't got to meet the big scary TSA men, you know, like the security and immigration, when they ask you all those awkward questions, what you're doing here, why you're here, how long you're here for. But in Dublin, it's more of a laid-back casual affair. Well, that's what we found anyway. So we're flying into Dublin, then we've got a little layover, and then we fly to Washington. We'll get picked up at Washington, get to camp on the evening of the 28th, and then camp starts on the 29th, and that's when all the campers arrive, and it's 4 or 5 days. I think it's about 5 days, I think, to the 3rd, and then everyone goes home on the 3rd, and then that's when me and Jess then can go on our travels. So that's why I'm filming a few days in advance, because I will not be picking up this camera. Once I put this camera down in a minute or two, you will not see us again to the morning of the 28th. It's not because we don't want to film anything, it's just because, one, we need to respect Jessica's obviously parents' privacy. They might not want us filming in the house, and I don't feel too comfortable filming around everyone anyway, because it gets a little bit embarrassing when everyone's looking at us. It's just weird. It's just I don't think, unless you do this, you don't understand, but it's just a bit awkward. So, and obviously we want to celebrate Christmas with the family. I've not been up there for a couple of years, so I want to celebrate Christmas, just me and Jess and the family, no cameras, nothing, and just have a really good Christmas. So the next time you will see me after this say video will probably be on the 28th, when we're leaving to go to Manchester Airport. Now, I've never flown from Manchester Airport before, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, we do have a lounge booked, a airport lounge at Manchester Airport. Well, we did have. So Jessica and I, with our Barclays Bank, we have a Travel Plus pack, and that means that we pay £18 for the bank account, and it gives you travel insurance, and it gives you 6 airport lounges for the year. So me and Jess have 3 each. Now, we use one of them, or 2 of them, to book the Manchester lounge at the airport in Terminal 2, I think it is. I'm not sure what the name of the lounge is, but it's in Terminal 2. And it was all booked. We had it all booked for a couple of weeks, and then I'd say probably 10 days ago, we got an email out the blue saying that our reservation's been cancelled. Now, we didn't understand why, because we've not cancelled it, but cut a long story short, it turns out after a few days of trying to get through to them, we managed to get through to Dragon Pass, who deal with all those sort of passes and stuff. They said that apparently there was a glitch on the system, and we weren't the only ones that had their reservation cancelled. Up to 1,000 people also had their reservations cancelled, and now no one can log in to, you know, book another lounge pass. Our login just won't work, and it's not just us, it's quite a few people. So what they've done is they can't reserve a lounge for us on our behalf. We've got to log in and do it ourselves. But because we can't log in and rebook the lounge for the time that we want it, there's nothing we can do. So what they've done, they sent us 2 temporary passes that we can show at the lounge on the day, and we've just got to turn up on the day, show them the 2 passes, explain to them the situation, that we had it booked, show them the old booking, and hopefully if they've got room or space in the lounge, they should let us in. But it's going to be about 5 o'clock by the time we get into the lounge in the morning, because our flight's at 8:10 in the morning, so we should be getting to the airport for about 4:30, and then by the time we go through security and everything, check-in and everything like that, it should be about 5 o'clock. So hopefully by 5 o'clock on the morning of the 28th, the lounge should be quiet so we can walk straight in. If not, then we'll probably just have to go and find a Frankie and Benny's or something. Like I said, I've never been to Manchester Airport, so I don't know really what's there, but I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. That's why I've come on a little bit earlier than normal, say 6 days before our actual flight. It's just because I can't be doing this in the kitchen or the, you know, at Jessica's mum's house. 1, I just feel awkward, and 2, I don't want to disturb anyone when I'm doing this. I've been talking for about 13 minutes now, so by the time I've wrapped it up, it's going to be at least 15. So that's why I thought I'd come on now, literally come straight in from work, as you can see, rocking the Gate Gourmet shirt. So yeah, coming straight from work, and rather than sitting down having a cup of tea, and I'd be like, oh, I don't want to do it tonight, I don't want to do it tonight, talking myself out of it, then it's a mad rush in the morning. So that's why I came on tonight, a few days early, just to get that over and done with. Now I can chill, do what I need to do, and then look forward to Christmas. So like I said, Jess and I will not be back on camera until the 28th of December. This probably won't be going out till way after Christmas, but I'm going to say now, we hope that you have a lovely, lovely Christmas. Thank you so much for watching all of our vlogs, supporting us all on Instagram, following along, messaging us, emailing us. Thank you so much for your support. We hope you have a lovely Christmas and a happy new year. I know this is going to sound silly when you're watching this. It's going to be probably February, March by the time this goes out. But obviously when I'm filming this now, it's a few days before Christmas. But I'm going to leave it now because we're coming up to 14 minutes. And Jessica always moans at me when she edits that I'm, you know, always on and on. But I feel I have to tell you this just so you know what to expect along the journey. You know what we're doing, you know where we're going, why we're going, and stuff like that. Obviously I'm not going to tell you what we're doing in Florida, but I'm really excited, and Jessica has worked so hard to get all these things. I'm going to let her have the limelight and she can tell you all about them. Maybe in another vlog, or some point when we're in Florida, she can sit down and tell you everything that we've got and what we've got and how we got it and why we're doing it and so on. But we're working with some big brands and we're really looking forward to it. This is probably our first big break, so hopefully it can only go up from here on our channel. But that's enough for me. I'm gonna go now and help Jess get sorted. I've got to get changed first and have a shower and so on, and then we're gonna chill, watch a bit of Corrie and Gogglebox, and then just go to bed because we're up at 6 o'clock in the morning getting the train to Crewe. But on that note, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the 28th. Merry Christmas everyone.